I know it's been a while. I think the last video I did, was back in August, and I just want to apologize for it being so long. Like, I think this was the longest I've done without updating everybody with the video in quite a while, and just want to apologize for that. Sometimes I just get in these funks or these moods where I just don't feel like recording or having to kind of like go through the emotions again of what I was feeling at the time of when stuff happened. And so from August, if I can try to remember everything, I know somewhere in between there, I ended up getting COVID. I went to the urgent care, but they couldn't do a blood draw on me to kind of check my white blood cells since I am immunocompromised. So they had us go to the ER. That way they can do the blood work to make sure my white blood cells aren't bottomed out again or anything like that. And then come to find out, they did like a strep test, some other tests, and COVID, obviously. And then I ended up having COVID. And it was that new strain too, the one that people say in the throat feels like knives. That wasn't fun. And then from there, it's just been treatment. I ended up finding out that my right hip bone, the cancer was still kind of growing. It grew a little bit larger, and so I ended up getting radiation on both hips instead of just one side. My radiologist ended up going in and doing both sides, which really helped with the pain of me walking and not hurting as much. But I'd still have pain in my muscles. I strain or pull my muscles a lot, like frequently, and I think they try to make up for what my body can't do, like strength wise, so my muscles end up using a lot of each other, or like try to use it as much as possible, and it's just too much for it because it's hard for me to do stuff, move around, and I do need to get my kind of like build my strength back up. And then of course you have Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. They were all great. Thanksgiving, I ended up cooking the whole spread for Thanksgiving, and it was my first time cooking the whole meal, like everything, and even the turkey too. So that was interesting, and it came out really good. It fell off the bone, which I'm very proud of. But Christmas was good. All my family, well, not all my family, but like most of us were together, and it was really nice to have everyone together. And for New Year's, I think I finally went out for New Year's. I don't go crazy. We just went to family, friends, hung out. They had a nice kind of basement area with games, and just hung out, listened to everyone joke around, and it was really good food and everything like that. Nothing much has happened in between there, except for I'm gonna get to it right now. Well, not right now, but just trying to remember everything and update everybody. I'm still doing my chemo, still getting that injection after chemo, and lately the chemo has been giving me really bad nausea, so I've been dealing with that, and it's horrible. I honestly felt like I had food poisoning or something, but I know it wasn't that. It's just the nausea was just horrible, and trying to figure out exactly why it's worse around this time. I don't know. My body is, well, right now I am under a lot of stress, emotionally, mentally, physically, probably. Sorry if it seems like I'm going fast with my video. I'm just trying to make it as quick as possible because I haven't done a video in a while, and I can't really remember all important things that have happened since then, but just trying to keep it short, only for my sake, because I'm just not all here. So I do these videos because I do have followers on YouTube, but then I also do these videos to post on Jess Journey on Facebook, because I know some people like to see me and like to hear me talk and give like just a visual, I guess, an update instead of just typing something out. But those of you that are on YouTube, and if you have Facebook, because I know you guys always wait for my videos and sometimes I don't always update in the greatest time, but on my Facebook page, Jess's Journey, I do try to keep up with that page as much as possible, even if I'm just going to chemo or if it's just something random that day that I thought was really cool, I just kind of just give you guys a glimpse of my life. You can follow, it looks like that, and I'll put the link in the description and everything for you, so that way I know people get concerned when they don't see my videos on YouTube and ask if I'm okay, if I'm doing okay, and then I feel bad, forget to reply, and then I don't do a video. It's a whole mess. So sorry, but you can also follow that too. I don't think I mentioned this previously, but I don't know if I even mentioned it on my Facebook page. I get so lost of who I tell what I tell, stuff like that. But back in, I think, early December, late November, I had noticed my tumor markers were going up. Slowly, gradually, not like crazy, like, pooh. No, it was slowly, gradually going up, and I thought it was just my hip, because I had mentioned that it was growing and I needed to get radiation on it, and that's why it was still hurting. And from the tumor marker number that I got on December 5th, I believe, was like 46.6. And that is out of the normal range. It's technically high. Sorry. And so that kind of got me concerned. I saw my doctor. He said, it is concerning, yes, but he won't be like super concerned until it like breaks 100. And we don't want that. So... And because my tumor markers were elevating, he ordered a CT. And I recently did that CT on last week? I think last week. Last week on Tuesday. Yeah, because then I saw my doctor on that Thursday. This past Thursday, whatever. Anyways. So, come to find out, it's not my hip. I'm going to try and get through this next part as best as I can without stopping, because it's a lot to take in and it's still a lot that's weighing on me. I saw my doctor last week on Thursday and he had the results of my CT scan. I was too nervous to look ahead like I usually do in my patient portal, like I always tell you guys I do, but the unfortunate news is the cancer has spread to my liver now. And the size of it is 4 centimeters by 4.8 centimeters. And according to my brother, it's like on the side of my liver. It's not like blocking any like way or passageway when stuff comes through your liver. It's not blocking that. And there, my doctor did say there are other little spots. I think like 3 of them. And they measure 0.5 centimeter, 0.6 centimeter, and 0.6 centimeter. And he doesn't think those ones are cancerous, but he knows for sure that the one on my liver is. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. I'm so scared and I'm so terrified. I was really hoping and I really thought that it was my hip, that the number would go down, because I hadn't gotten radiation since that December 5th tumor marker. That was 46.6. I hadn't started radiation then, so I thought maybe afterwards the number would have gone down since I had radiation, but that wasn't the case. And just, it's not what I wanted to hear. It's not what my family wanted to hear. Like, no one wants to hear it. I'm sad. I'm terrified. I'm frightened. I'm like everything. I'm mad. I'm pissed off. I'm so angry. Like why? Sorry. I just need to calm down a bit. sorry for that earlier. Sometimes my emotions get the best of me, and I just try not to let it get that far. But I'm at the point where I'm just so mad, sad, and just, like I said, everything. But with the CT results, he did say that my bones are stabilized. The chemo's working for the cancer in my bones. Well, that's all it was there, it was in my bones. He wants to do a biopsy, and that is scheduled for next week already, because he wants to get a sample, test it, and find out what kind of cancer it is, because obviously it's resistant to the chemo that I'm on right now, and he wants to figure out what kind of cancer it is. That way we can figure out treatment or whatever I can't even think of the word, not opportunities, whatever. I can't even think of the word. Yeah, anyways. Once we figure out the cancer and he tells me my options. Oh, options. That's what the word, one of the words I was looking for, I don't know. I will tell him that I want to go with the most aggressive approach if that's possible. And if I have the chance to cut it out, I want to cut it out. That's only if it's possible, but so we'll see. So that is scheduled for that. And then from there, just figure out where to go from there. Surprisingly, I haven't had much anxiety as I thought I would. I think my emotions are kind of just taking over it a bit, and I've been very diligent about taking my anxiety meds because of this. I don't want to going through those anxiety attacks or whatever. They're no fun. They're beyond horrible. And I've really just been trying. I think that's the part that pisses me off, is I was working so hard on myself mentally and emotionally, and I was finally getting there. I was finally like coming to it, and I get hit with this, and it's just like not having to start over, but it's like back where I was before in a way. But that's the update I wanted to give everybody. It's not the greatest update. It's a horrible update. I'll say that. But if you can just keep my family and my son, especially my son, in your prayers and your thoughts and your daily positivity or affirmations you might do in the morning, just think of us, please. I'm just going to take this day by day. And from this day forward, there will be, hopefully, I would like to keep up with the updates, as I said. But like I said in the beginning, if you want like updates every day, maybe I might not do it every day because there's nothing really to update every single day. But I update the Facebook page quite a bit instead of always having to upload a video. So if those of you on YouTube want to follow it, you can. That way I feel bad for those that worry and don't see me. But so far that's it, and that's all I wanted to update everybody on. As usual, if you can share this, like it, whichever. And also in the description I have my PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, the GoFundMe. If you can donate to that, that would be very appreciated. Because now it's going to be I don't know how many trips or whatever, but for sure trips to Albuquerque because of this, maybe more frequent. I don't know. Won't know till after the biopsy and the results of it. So, yeah. I hope everyone's New Year's starting off great. I hope everyone had good holidays, and I hope everyone has a good rest of the day.